Scorpio, there's someone thinking about you with an intensity that hurts, someone who silently mentions your name, someone whose eyes fill with tears when a memory of you surfaces unexpectedly, someone who carries a weight in their chest that only you could lighten, and you don't know it. You moved on, built your walls, protected your heart, closed doors you thought needed closing, but on the other side of those doors, someone is still there, waiting, crying, missing you in a way you can't even imagine. I'm here to deliver a specific truth to you, one that is both painful and liberating. Someone in your life, and you'll know exactly who it is when I describe the signs, is going through silent suffering related to you. It could be someone you pushed away when you felt betrayed or hurt. It could be someone you distanced yourself from because you thought it was best for both of you. It could even be someone you still see regularly, but with whom you've created such a great emotional distance that it's as if you no longer know each other. What I'm about to reveal will affect you in ways you don't expect. It will make you rethink decisions you've made. It will show you the real impact your absence or distance has had on another person's life. And most importantly, it will give you the opportunity to do something about it, if you choose. Because this person won't look for you. They won't tell you how they feel. They believe you've completely moved on, that you don't think about them anymore, that maybe you don't even care. But the truth is very different, isn't it? You can pretend to the world that you've forgotten, but your Scorpio heart never forgets anything. Are you ready to discover who this person is and why they cry for you when no one is looking? Scorpio, you have a unique ability to profoundly impact the lives of those who cross your path. You don't make superficial connections. When you connect with someone, it's intense, it's transformative, it's forever. Even when the relationship ends, the people who truly knew you, who saw beyond your external defenses and touched your true essence, are never the same again. You change people. You leave indelible marks on the souls that cross your path. And that's exactly why someone is crying for you right now, because you were so significant in that person's life that your absence created a void that nothing else can fill. They try to move on, try to convince themselves that they're okay, try to fill the space you left with other experiences, other people, other distractions. But at night, when they're alone with their thoughts, you come back. Your conversations return to their memory. Your moments together replay like a movie they can't stop watching. And the tears come, silent and painful, because they lost something irreplaceable. For Scorpios born between October 23rd and November 2nd, this person is someone from your romantic past, someone you loved intensely but whom you distanced yourself from when you felt the vulnerability was becoming too dangerous. For those born between November 3rd and 12th, it's a very close friend or family member with whom you broke off contact or distanced yourself after a perceived betrayal, real or imagined. And for those born between November 13th and 22nd, this person is someone you protected and helped deeply in the past, but whom you let go of when you felt they needed to move on alone. In all cases, there's a common pattern. You distanced yourself because that's how you protect your heart. When something or someone threatens your emotional security, you cut it off, quickly, definitively, without looking back. You prefer the pain of a clean cut to the agony of an open, continuous wound. But what you don't realize is that this clean cut for you might be a constant hemorrhage for the other person, because they don't have the same ability you have to close chapters with such finality. They're still bleeding from the wound you cauterized long ago. Have you ever stopped to think about what your absence truly means to those who loved you deeply? The truth I need to tell you is that this person isn't crying because you hurt them, although that might be part of it. They're crying because they lost you. They're crying because they miss the connection you two had. They're crying because no one else understands them the way you did, because no one else sees them the way you did, because the intensity you brought to their life has transformed everything that came after into pale and unsatisfactory versions of human connection. You might be thinking, but I had my reasons for stepping away. I was hurt too. I needed to protect myself. And you're absolutely right. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm just showing you the other perspective. I'm revealing the impact you have, even when you're not present. I'm giving you information you need to make conscious choices about what to do with this revelation, because there are only two paths from this point on. You can acknowledge who this person is, allow yourself to feel something about it, and then consciously decide whether or not you want to do something about it. Or you can close this video, push this information under the emotional rug where you keep all the things you don't want to process, and continue pretending that you're made of stone and that people don't affect you. But we both know you're not made of stone. You've just learned to protect yourself so well that sometimes you even fool yourself. The person who cries for you is living with regrets. They replay conversations you've had, searching for the exact moment when everything started to fall apart. They wonder what they could have done differently. They imagine alternative scenarios where you're still connected, still part of each other's lives. They look at your social media profile sometimes, not always because it hurts too much, but occasionally, just to see if you're okay, if you seem happy, if you filled the void they occupied in your life. And you know what makes her cry the most? The way you seem to be doing so well without her. The way you moved on with that characteristic Scorpio strength, as if she never existed. She knows it's part of your nature. This ability to rise from the ashes, to close cycles with impressive finality. But it still hurts to realize that you managed to do it so easily while she's still stuck in what you two were to each other. What she doesn't know is that you're not as okay as you seem. Because Scorpios never are. You're just very good at hiding it. You build an impenetrable facade of strength and indifference, but inside you feel everything with a depth that could destroy less resilient people. You haven't forgotten that person. You've just locked the memories away in a well-guarded emotional vault, but they're still there, alive, pulsating, waiting for the moment you finally allow them to surface. Scorpio, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and if you answer yes to more than 3 of them, you'll know for sure who this person is who's crying over you. Do you think about her at random moments, even when you try not to? When you hear a specific song or pass by a specific place, does she still appear in your mind? Have you ever picked up your phone to text her and then given up at the last second? Do you still feel a pang in your chest when someone mentions her name or anything related to her? Do you wonder if she's okay, if she's happy, if she's found someone who treats her the way you treated her? Have you dreamt about her recently and the dream was so real that you woke up confused about what's present and what's past? If you answered yes to several of these questions, then you know exactly who I'm describing. And if you know who it is, then you also know that what I'm saying is true. This person is crying for you because the connection you had was too real to simply be erased by decisions, distance, or time. You can cut off contact, but you can't sever soul ties. And what you created together was a bond that transcends logic and reason. Now comes the hard part. The question you'll have to answer honestly for yourself. What are you going to do with this information? Are you going to continue hiding behind your walls, justifying your absence with all the logical reasons you've accumulated to keep this person away? Or are you going to have the courage to acknowledge that maybe, just maybe, you also miss that connection, also carry regrets, also cry when no one is watching? I'm not saying you need to run back to that person. I'm not saying that everything that happened between you can or should be forgotten, but I am saying that you deserve to know the truth. And the truth is that you marked that person in a way that they will never fully overcome. Your presence was so powerful that your absence is equally devastating. And if there's a part of you, however small, that also misses what you had, perhaps it's time to rethink the walls you've built. Because here's something you need to understand about your own nature. You build walls not because you're strong, but because you're afraid of how deeply you might be hurt. You withdraw not because you don't care, but because you care too much and it scares you. You feign indifference not because you're cold, but because you feel everything so intensely that you need extreme defense mechanisms to survive. But this person who is crying for you, they saw beyond your walls. They touched the part of you that you hide from the rest of the world. They knew the real Scorpio, not the protected and shielded version you show to most people. And that's why the loss is so painful for them, because they didn't just lose your physical presence. They lost access to a part of you that you may never again allow another human being to see. And you lost someone who truly saw you, someone who wasn't scared by your intensity, someone who could bear the weight of your deep emotions without crumbling. People like that are rare, connections like that are rare, and when you cut that kind of connection, you're not just eliminating a problem or protecting your heart. You're giving up something you may never find again. I know you're feeling something right now as you read this. It might be anger, because Scorpio hates being emotionally exposed. It might be sadness, because you know I'm telling the truth. It might be fear, because you're realizing you might have made a mistake. Or it might be a complex mix of all these emotions at once, because that's how you experience everything, intensely, deeply, overwhelmingly. Whatever you're feeling, don't run from it. For once, don't lock it away in an emotional vault. Don't push it down. Don't rationalize it to make it disappear. Sit with it. Allow it to completely wash over you. Because these emotions are showing you something important about what truly matters to you, about who truly matters to you. The person who cries for you doesn't need to know that you're aware of their tears. They'd probably be embarrassed if they knew you knew. But you need to know this in order to make conscious decisions about your own life. You need to know that you still matter to someone in a profound way. You need to know that the love or connection you shared is still alive somewhere, even if it's buried under layers of wounded pride, disappointment, and self-protection. And then you need to decide, is it worth keeping the walls so high? Is it worth protecting your heart at the cost of never again experiencing that level of connection? Is it worth being certain about what happened between you if it means giving up something that clearly still has life, still has power, still has meaning? I can't answer those questions for you. Only you know the whole story. Only you know what really happened and what wounds are still open. Only you can decide if the person who is crying over you deserves another chance to be a part of your life, or if it's better for both of you to maintain the distance you've established. But I can tell you this, if you choose to reconnect, do it with all the Scorpio intensity that characterizes everything you do. Don't do it halfway. Don't just go back to test the waters. If you're going to open that door again, open it completely. Allow yourself to be truly vulnerable. Release the defense mechanisms you use so well. Give that person and yourself the chance to create something new based on who you are now, not who you were in the past. And if you choose not to reconnect, that's okay too. But make that choice consciously, with full awareness of what you are choosing to lose and what you are choosing to protect. Don't make that decision based on fear or pride. Make it based on what is truly best for your well-being and your evolution. Scorpio, you are known for your capacity for transformation. You die and are reborn several times in a single life. You undergo metamorphoses that would turn other people to dust. You have a resilience that is almost superhuman. But transformation isn't just about leaving the past behind. Sometimes transformation is about integrating the past in a new way. Sometimes it's about revisiting what you thought was over and discovering that there's still life there. The person crying for you represents a chapter you thought you had closed, but perhaps that chapter isn't finished. Perhaps it's just waiting for you to have enough maturity and courage to rewrite it in a different way. Perhaps their tears are a call for you to look again, with new eyes, at something you discarded when you were in a different emotional state. In the coming days, you will notice signs. This person may appear in your dreams more frequently. You may find yourself thinking about them at random times. You may hear their name in ways that seem more than coincidental. You may feel a pressure in your chest when a memory surfaces unexpectedly. These are not signs from the universe forcing you to do something specific. They are signs that your own soul is trying to process this information, trying to decide what to do with it. Don't ignore these signs. Don't automatically dismiss them. Allow them to guide you to the right answer for you. And trust that regardless of what you decide, you have the strength to deal with the consequences, because you are a Scorpio. You always find a way to transform even the most painful situations into growth and power. What strikes me most about your situation is that both you and this person are suffering separately, each believing the other is perfectly fine. You are both protecting your hearts, hiding your vulnerabilities, feigning a strength you don't fully feel. And in the midst of this self-imposed distance, you are missing the opportunity to perhaps heal together what you have hurt in each other. I'm not romanticizing the situation. I'm not saying everything would be perfect if you reconnected. Maybe it wouldn't be. Maybe you'll discover that the person you idealized in their absence doesn't match reality. Maybe you'll discover that you've grown in two different directions for the connection to still make sense. But you'll never know if you don't have the courage to find out. And if you decide you don't want to reconnect, at least make peace within yourself with what happened between you. Stop carrying the resentment like a badge of honor. Stop using the story as justification for keeping your heart closed. Find a way to release that person energetically, to wish them well, even from afar. Because holding on to resentment only binds you to the past, as much as holding on to unresolved love. The final truth I need to tell you is this: you have immense power over this person's emotional life, even from a distance. Your choices now will affect not only your life, but theirs as well. If you choose to reach out, you can transform their tears into relief. You can give them the closure they need, or you can open the door to something new and healing. If you choose to keep your distance, at least you can do so with compassion, sending healing energy to them, even without direct contact. What you can't do is pretend you don't know. Now you know. You know someone is crying for you. You know you matter to that person in a way that transcends time and distance. You know there's something unresolved between you that's causing pain for both of you. The only question that remains is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? If this message touched your heart in a way you didn't expect, that's confirmation it was meant for you. Share in the comments, if you feel comfortable, how this revelation affected you. Sometimes putting feelings into words is the first step in processing them and deciding what to do with them. Subscribe to the channel now, because you may need more guidance on how to navigate the intense emotions this revelation has brought to the surface. I will continue creating content that speaks directly to the emotional depth that characterizes your sign, without fear of going to the dark places where you truly live. Remember, someone is crying out for you, and now that you know, you carry the responsibility of that knowledge. Use it wisely, use it with compassion, and above all, use it honestly about what you truly feel and want, beneath all the layers of protection you've built. Your Scorpio heart knows the truth. Now it's time for you to have the courage to hear it.